It's Morphin Mania time. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm DJ.
And today, DJ and I are going to, wait for it, watch 2 episodes of Power Rangers. We're going to watch When is a Ranger Not a Ranger? We're going to ponder that very fascinating existential question. And we're also going to do Rocky Just Wants to Have Fun, an episode that I have repeatedly said was in Zeo. It's not. It's in season 2. It's this evening. Not all that far away from the back 20. I can't believe that.
Red Ranger, not blue.
Red Ranger, not blue? What do you mean?
He's blue.
Oh, Zeo, because he's blue and Zeo, yeah. So I'm caught up now, yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you're watching live, thanks for joining us. Make sure to click the rabbit room in the description so that you can see exactly what we're watching as we're watching it. And if you're watching after the fact, you're going to want to get out your DVDs or your Netflix, assuming that Netflix still has this at the time that this is being posted. We had a conversation about this last episode, and we were like, oh boy, we make fun of Netflix too much because we really rely on them. And the show is going to be over if at some point they just unceremoniously drop Power Rangers. So we might end up getting really paranoid and going crazy and shooting way more of these at once because we'll be like, oh no, we're going to lose the show. I'm just kidding. So anyway, get it to tonight's timestamp 0 on episode 31 of season 2. I can't believe we're already that far in. And get ready to press play when I say now. You ready, DJ?
Ready.
Here we go. Let's do it. Everybody, please press play right now.
This is day 44 of Morphin Mania.
I keep forgetting to say the numbers. Day 44. My goodness.
Dude, yeah, we're flying.
44 days.
Is this
which
the
is
most
what weeks that sounds like because we skipped the weekends.
Yeah. Is this the most ahead you've ever been? Like, haven't even got to the new year yet, and we're already 44 ahead.
I mean, that's easy to do because it's easier to do.
Yeah.
Because we're just sitting around watch Power Rangers, or do you just mean for Manias?
Yeah, well, just anything. Yeah, it is the longest one. So I mean, even though we're 44 in, we're nowhere near.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You still have to move it quite a clip to make it come out on time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the only Mania we've shot any ahead of at all besides this is Batmania. Marvel Mania we came up with a day before we started it. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, because you were shooting those like as they were coming out.
When we started it, we shot them 2 at a time. We quit doing that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I would burn out on that pretty fast.
And we did. We wanted to keep it fresh and fun. And okay, I know I always make this joke, but it still cracks me up. Where is Appleby going? It's a
kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope freaked me out.
Man, you would think this is the Addams show if you were watching these in order.
The Addams family, if you will.
Man,
what is going on with Bulk's hair? I have an intelligent question.
That was one of the best lines he's had.
When did first season Bulk replace second season Bulk? And when did Skull get hair tips from Ace Ventura?
They're both.
You just said the name of the episode.
Did he just do a poem?
Rhyming.
He just recited a poem.
I don't know if I would like Zed as much if this was how he usually talked.
He's just always speaking in rhyme.
Dr. Seuss Zed. I don't know. It's funny. But I am glad that that's not like a regular thing with him.
Hey, these 3 get speaking roles in this episode.
Ranger is like, yeah, the ones we've been following since the very beginning that have got their own stories quite frequently.
Oh, Claybrains. Haven't heard that one. Good one, Tommy.
No, he says that a lot.
No, that's what I'm saying. He says it all the time.
I'm sorry. I can never tell when you're joking. Who's this guy with glasses? I don't even know him from anything. This guy with the weird yin-yang necklace. He's replaced his fish necklace with a yin-yang.
Wait, why did they have Adam's?
It was probably just in his backpack.
But Adam's not there. It's just those 3.
Oh. That's a good point you're making. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was the dumbest one. I always remember that. Do you see that? He presses the Z with one finger and then it explodes.
Because it's a button. like I keep saying, it's like I think you have to touch it in a very specific spot. You know.
That was a cool one.
Yeah. Why does it look better in slow motion?
You wouldn't expect that.
Let's go, Scatterbrain Monster. Shake everything. Ah!
There he goes. So he made it out of something again. Sorry, I was looking at the screen. I missed your earthquake.
Ah! But
there you
why,
go. See, I would have to shake my whole laptop.
It looks a lot less natural than what I did. Where you're just like, whoa!
I guess I could move the table it's on. But it's
better. This is what earthquakes are like, right? Are you just rocking back and forth like you're on a balance beam or something?
Wow, Tommy's a jerk. He wiped their memories, and she said, "Who do you think I am?" And he's like, "I don't know, but you sure are cute." And then smiled at her.
Oh, that's when a ranger's not a ranger, when they don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Every show has to do this episode, right?
The episode where Bolt and Skull dress up as shrubs?
That's a little more specific. I haven't seen that in every show. Probably 50% of science fiction shows do that one. But no, the amnesia, like everybody forgets who they are.
Oh, I thought you meant every season, but you meant every separate television.
Popular television shows that have any kind of a science fiction element or a supernatural element. Smallville has one. TNG has one. TNG has a fun one called Conundrum, where everybody gets knocked out, and then when they come to, they all forget who they are, and suddenly there's a new first officer that we've never seen before. It's like, that guy's going to be evil.
I love that these three teenagers are just gathered around a table watching this little desk thing. Like, it's amazing. I don't know what that's called. Do you know what that's called? Little balls that clack back and forth?
Yes, but it's not coming to me now that you've asked the question. Well, I'm excited to see all the live commenters calling us idiots for not being able to think of that thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard what it's called. I just call it the ball thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not an abacus. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Edgell says Newton's cradle. If that's what it's called, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Okay. I don't feel as dumb.
That sounds cool.
I expected somebody to say it, and then I'd be like, oh, yes, of course. And I didn't. That was not my reaction.
I thought Zordon was going to say, like a kaleidoscope erases their memories.
You ever look through a kaleidoscope and they look cool, but when you're done, you're like, I don't know what I had for breakfast.
Man, his acting is hilarious in this.
It's hilarious. So this is actually kind of a cool idea. I'm not gonna lie. I've never. I mean, I haven't seen this before because it actually doesn't make sense, but it's kind of a fun idea. Where you kind of do. I'm gonna go back to Star Trek again. You kind of do the Star Trek like beaming thing, where like all of your molecules are pulled apart. You put them back together, except if you rearrange them wrong.
Yeah.
Then what would it do to memory? That's a cool idea.
That's really cool. And it's gonna be a shame if at the end of this they just kill the monster and then it goes back to normal. But that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, you think it'd be cooler if the kaleidoscope retained that power so that they can like hand it to people and be like, all my parts disappeared, get back together, and I don't know anything.
I don't want the spell. They're gonna treat it like a magic spell where it's just reversed at the end because the monster's dead.
Right. No, I know. I was just kidding.
But
usually you just have. I mean, it's surprising that Power Rangers came up with some kind of like neat logic for that, because usually it would just be there's a monster that can make you lose your memories. Yeah. Like this is like this monster does a specific thing that makes that happen. That's cool.
And I like that it's the original three and that the new three are the ones that have to like, tell them who they are and talk them back. It's this has been a good run of episodes we've been watching.
It has been. there might be, and again, this is relative to the show, but like, there might be more of a reason for why this show was at its most popular right now than just the White Ranger looks cool.
Yeah.
Because the quality of it is better than it has ever been right now. We're getting close to things that are reminiscent of stories.
Yeah, which is the best you can say for Power Rangers, really.
It really is. There are some notable exceptions way later with other series, and we will see them, but...
You're doing great, kid. Just keep
what
doing
what no one knows is that was Cardenas' 13th thing. I don't mean to be so ruthless. He's a really cool guy, and he's a really good martial artist.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
That Billy reacts the exact same way he did the first time he saw Alpha. That's
and
great.
They did the same shot and everything.
It's like we're trying or something. We got a sense of continuity. We're trying to make this interesting.
And she says the same line.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's kind of cool.
Who would have thought we'd have a mirror to Day of the Dumpster right here today?
And I like the idea that if her memories are erased, she just goes back to being kind of an airhead. Although, I don't know if losing your memories would actually, like, change your personality that much or regress you that way. I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
Well, the interesting thing is that Aisha said she likes to shop all the time, and Kimberly said, why would I shop every day? So that is not part of her, like...
You're right. Interesting.
That must be something that is she putting that on? That's interesting. I'm going to say that Kimberly's putting that on all the time, and she's not actually like that.
Yep. It's a defense mechanism. And when would you need a defense mechanism more than right now? Now, anybody that thinks that I'm acting too impressed by this, just remember what that we have been watching this for weeks now.
Yeah, this feels like a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, we're saying relative to this show. I'm not comparing this to anything else.
No, this feels like we just hit 3 diamonds in the rough in a row.
Yeah,
so
but the stuff right up to it was pretty good too. And we've been getting smarter again relative to this show. Again, we were really impressed that they didn't introduce these new Rangers and immediately give them powers. And I'm still on about that escalation thing. Yeah. Where like they had to kind of learn how to be Rangers before they got their powers. That's pretty sophisticated for this show.
Yeah, and I think the only problem with those episodes is the whole that they didn't have the actors thing. Like if they had the actors, I think those would be really great episodes.
I think so too. I also don't think they would have done it the same way.
Yeah, maybe not. But I don't know. They did Cat pretty similar.
I think some of that's true, but that was after having had that experience. Like I think some of that is creativity through adversity.
Maybe so, which is always great.
And minimalism. You work with what you have. And that's a problem that Power Rangers will have in spades. Like as it gets more resources, things will look worse. CG is the worst thing that ever happened to Power Rangers.
Yeah, but that's not a Power Rangers thing. That's a Sentai thing.
Yeah, but we do bad CG in our own stuff also.
Yeah. But I mean, just Megazords in general don't look good anymore.
They just don't look good anymore. And it's like we designed them for that. This monster looks like it could have been another mirror monster. I mean, I guess it's a kaleidoscope thing.
Yeah, it's a kaleidoscope. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I like this monster because it perfectly integrates the thing that it's supposed to be. And it looks like the thing in the first place.
Well, it's because it probably was that in the Sentai. Usually it's like a totally different purse that we just have to throw a purse at.
Yeah, it's just nice that we found a kaleidoscope that looks like that kaleidoscope.
Yeah, we could probably make one that looks like it's just like a paper towel roll that you paint red.
David22 asks if we're saying CG is not needed for Power Rangers. I mean, you can do obviously cool stuff with CG. I'm just saying that especially Megazords, like those fights always look better when it's guys in costumes.
Yeah, I have no problem with adding visual effects when they're needed, but this show doesn't have the budget to do completely computer-generated Megazord battles.
Yeah, obviously all the like energy stuff and lasers and that's all going to be CG, obviously. you know, and you're going to do some CG landscapes and space stuff, and you know, more visual effects would have helped space immensely. Because some of that stuff actually out in outer space looks hilarious.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting when we get there, because that's like my Zeo for me.
I thought Zeo was your Zeo. I thought you were also a Zeo guy.
I watched none of Zeo as a kid.
What? I thought you were a Zeo guy.
I like it, but it was I don't know. It
doesn't have the nostalgia thing it does with me.
It didn't have any VHS tapes. And I didn't have TV as a kid, so everything I got was from friends' houses and a home video.
I will submit to you that if I had grown up with space, it would probably be my favorite. But I got out like in the middle of it because I was burnt out with Turbo, and then
I was because you're such a Star Trek guy, you probably would have loved it.
Well, and I watched it some at the beginning, but I also there was the stigma thing. There was the peer pressure of you're too old to watch this show. I've never talked about that, but at that time, that was kind of a thing. And I was like, when space was on, I would have been what, 13, 14, and older people watching that show were getting made fun of real hard, and it was hard to stay invested. Yeah,
I'm going to continue talking about this, but I just want to say,
no, go ahead. Sorry,
I love the Magnificent Seven thing that Bulk and Skull are doing right now. They're having a lot of fun. But yeah, I distinctly remember I was in the lunch line. I was in the line in the lunchroom waiting for lunch, and one of my friends, but he was a jerk, he said he told these two attractive girls that I still watch Power Rangers, and I was younger than you. I was in like 3rd or 4th grade.
Oh,
and
wow!
I like, no. And I was like really defensive. I was like, no, I don't. And I was like, I got really defensive and just lied. It was
so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, it was a different time, man. Like kids these days have it so lucky. Like you couldn't talk about that in school.
Yeah, and none of this is too silly for people now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a hyperbolic thing to say. There's
still a crowd. There's still a crowd like this. Sure. And I don't want to generalize all sports people, but there is a crowd that still doesn't understand this stuff.
It's probably not dangerous in the way it was at one time, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably not get beat up on the school bus as much.
Yeah, I never got actually physically bullied, but it was just like you didn't want people to know because it was just like, ugh. Then
it's funny because the 1 or 2 times I never got into a full out fight in school, but like the 1 or 2 times it came close never had anything to do with nerdy things. It was never because I was a geek. It probably had something to do with my being small, but it never had anything to do with things I was interested in.
Oh wow.
There was a guy that threatened me over Animorphs once, but other than that.
Wow.
Hey, you laugh now. It was terrifying.
No, I mean that sounds terrifying. That's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. He just saw me reading a book and yeah.
He's like, "Oh, what are you reading here?" and just like threw your book on the ground like a cartoon.
Jeffrey says, yeah, he didn't take it. So that was good. I think I got it in my backpack quick enough.
He probably didn't know what it was.
See, yeah, I was never sure if it was because it was Animorphs or because I was reading.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I'm saying. He probably didn't know what a book was.
Jeffrey says, when I went as... I'm sorry, what, DJ?
Let me just slam your elementary school bully on the internet.
Do it up, man.
What was his name? I'll say it.
I don't know. I don't know. He was bigger than me. That's what I remember. Jeffrey says, when I went as Red Hood one year for Halloween, a lot of younger kids asked me if I was a Power Ranger.
Hey, that's perfectly fair.
Red Hood
Depending
Power!
on what version you went as. The animated movie one definitely looks like a Power Ranger.
Wow. They did not feel the need to pull out slow, boring Tor Ultrazord for the Kaleidoscope monster.
Yeah, I completely missed. I was in the conversation. I don't even know what we just missed.
We missed the Megazord fight.
Okay, that's never my favorite part anymore.
And they beat it. And then it was over. And now Bulk and Skull are still doing weird Western things. What's funny is they've already kind of wasted a thing that will be fun later, because when we keep bringing this episode up, but when they do Wild West Rangers, we're gonna hear the Bulk and Skull theme kind of westernified and twangified again, and it would have been cool if that was the first place we heard that.
No, we're building hype for that Wild Wild West episode.
We can't stop talking about it.
It's got to be this season because it's Kimberly.
No. Remember, Kimberly's in the first half of 3. I mean, like, it's not right away that we get rid of her with Cat.
But I feel like I don't think we see the ninja suits in the Western episode. I don't know.
No, you're right. Wild West is this season. I'm just saying. Like,
gotcha.
You don't want to give the impression that Cat's immediately in 3.
Yeah.
I think it is pretty early, though, right?
It might be. Everything's always earlier than I remember. This is kind of cool. They're actually being nice to Bulk and Skull for once.
I don't know the name of it. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, a different shade of pink. Yeah, it's like 20. It's like 23 episodes into 3.
Wow, that's halfway through.
That's true.
So yeah, so I missed it, but I'm assuming that they just got their memories back when the monster exploded. So it didn't end as cool as it started.
No. It would have been cool if we did some kind of effect where, well, I guess we sort of did an effect, but it wasn't very good. That weird, like, black dot thing. I guess that was supposed to be their molecules being all scrambled.
Yeah,
but they didn't do that.
I didn't hear what you said. It cut out a little bit, but.
Oh, I don't. But then they don't do that again. They don't do the dotified thing, again.
It happened between the commercial breaks. It would be cool because it's basically the Willy Wonka Mike TV thing.
That's true, and it's also a similar effect.
Yeah.
Except it looked better there in 1978 or whatever it was. Yeah. All right, it is time for the last episode for today's Morphin Mania. It's episode 32. Rocky just wants to have fun. An episode that I thought happened way later. I can't believe we're now watching it. This one is infamous to me. This is hysterical. I can't wait.
Yeah, I had this one too, so I know this one very well.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Everybody, please press play, right? Now!
This is Ernie's solution to bring more people to the bar as a pachinko machine.
Yeah, just one of them. How about, I don't know, pinball machines? And what's funny is he has arcade machines already.
Yeah, this is like a less cool version of that. Maybe if it was like for a bar for older people. But the kids aren't going to want to play this. Now, this is interesting. I want to remember what this monster looks like. Is it actually a pachinko machine and we got one? Or is it just a different machine looking thing?
That must be what we did. I'm pretty sure. But I didn't know what pachinko was until I saw this episode. So.
Well, yeah, I'm basing all my knowledge off of this episode. So maybe it's not even a game.
Is that a Japanese thing?
I don't know.
Ernie's like, I bought a pachinko machine. I based it on this weird thing in Japan called Super Sentai. They did this episode with the pachinko monster, and I thought it would make it for a good game in my store.
Yeah, pachinko is a type of mechanical game originating in Japan and used both as a form of recreational arcade game. Oh, yeah. Look at us doing our homework.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
I was talking about the show.
Did you hear? Oh, I thought you meant I thought you were patting yourself on the back. I used Wikipedia. I did 3 seconds of cursory research.
I was just saying, look at the show actually getting a Japanese game. Because with the purse, they just grabbed like a regular clear purse, even though it was a black purse in the monster. He plays for 2 seconds and he's like, this is too
Oh my god, that would be like if you played pinball for the first time and you hit the ball with your flippers and you just went, oh!
Was that your experience when you first found pinball?
Mm-mm. No, my first experience with pinball was, the ball went down and now I got like, yeah, that's everyone's first experience with pinball, right?
Oh, the buttons.
The buttons. Thomas Angel says, "Is this a crossover with The Price is Right?" No, you're thinking of Plinko, not Pachinko.
I do kind of like that he's already, even before he gets zapped, he's already like,
he's a little infatuated with it.
That's kind of his personality, yeah. So that gives us something to work with Rocky.
Okay, but because the thing is, Adam's thing can inform him forever, and it never has to come up again.
Yeah.
As long as he's still doing martial arts. And of course, the Pachinko thing has to be another Super Serpentera episode. It has to be like really big in scale. But this could be another one of those Tommy things where it's like, oh, and never again does he have problems with football or with
he's been zapped because he's acting like a crazy person.
His memory. Somebody should have made a crack about Tommy's memory last episode.
Yeah, someone's like, "Oh, Tommy, that's fine." Wait, he's really freaking out. Hey, he's committed. That's all I'll say.
It's like the director said, "Imagine you just got on crack." Right? You know what's in that box?
I don't know.
It's either pies or it used to have pies.
For those just listening, it's a pink box that says pies on it.
And he just throws. Okay, that was legitimately funny because my eyes are just stuck on that box that says pies the whole time, and you think it's going to have something to do with the scene. That is comedic genius. It really is. It's very funny. I bet one of those guys came up with that gag and just printed off that piece of paper and put it on a box. It wasn't the script. Director didn't come up with it.
That was weird. His student's here, and he says, "Karate's out. Why don't you go play a video game?" when he's not playing a video game.
Yep. And this is another one of those things that would kind of be more interesting if it wasn't a magic spell, but at the same time, you wouldn't buy him being so addicted, like that addicted.
Yeah.
And I know part of why they do this kind of thing. Like, how do you do it in 20 minutes?
Yeah, some of those Adam episodes could have been really great if it was like 30 minutes.
It's like, if you're gonna do a whole character arc where you learn like a major lesson and we don't keep like character regressing you, that's difficult to do. Formulaic show that has to have a Megazord fight and a putty fight.
Yeah, it's not even, they don't even get 20 minutes. They get like 10.
Yeah.
15 maybe. Because they have to do all that stock footage stuff.
And they've got to shoot like 3 or 4 at a time. Because they're only shooting 8 to 10 minutes.
See, there's that. We were talking about the putties doing their goofy intros. There's the wave.
David says Frisbee wasn't even a thing in 1995.
I love me some Frisbee back in the day.
I mean, it was.
I played with them too, where I would dive for it. I wouldn't just throw it.
Zordon, just teleport him there. I mean, like, you don't care about people's privacy or
teamwork,
courtesy, or anything. I still say there have got to be times where somebody's in the shower and they just get beamed to the park.
No, they're like Jack Bauer. They never use the restroom or anything.
Okay, every time we're at this playground, we do the going up the slide thing. Every time. I'm pretty sure we've only shot it once. I'm pretty sure that's stock footage, and every time we throw it in there.
You can't
slide whistle.
I mean, you can't have a tube slide there if you're not going to do it. We did have a cool stunt though, where the putty like flew and landed on top of the slide, which was pretty cool.
Rocky, you're being a jerk face. Don't talk to me like that. I'm your giant head mentor.
Buzz off.
There's never really a place where Zordon gets in like an argument with the Rangers or anything.
So it's interesting because it's not really just the pachinko machine. It's like any game or anything that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun ray.
It's a fun ray.
You just can't stop having fun.
This is hilarious though. While they're fighting the putties, and he's just like on the slide. Do you remember this?
That's amazing. He's just regressed to a 5-year-old. I still can't believe that we're doing Serpentera in this episode.
So weird. Why are they in it? They're just like camping out in it?
I don't know why they're flying around in that right now.
Flying around.
We know it eats up batteries faster than a Game Boy. I don't know why you would use it. He's like, I can't deal with this crap today. It's the third time this week. Stuff's just disappeared. It looked like he was almost looking right at it when it disappeared. Now he's like, where did the pachinko machine go? But it's like, no, it disappeared, dude.
That was really funny.
That reaction was the best. What? I was waiting for that. That's my favorite bit of this episode.
Oh man.
When Billy just goes, that made me uncomfortable.
What?
Just Rocky looking at the Pachinko monster. I bet he knows how to have fun. What are you planning on doing with the Pachinko monster? Are you gonna play him?
Yeah. I don't think Rocky knows what fun is.
That's how I have fun.
Oh, he turns
That's how
into Pachinko balls. I remember this. That's horrifying. And then Rocky just like kicks him around.
Yeah, and then they've got the Rangers' faces on them. That's terrifying.
Then we just got the black and white Ranger, which is cool. They should do stuff more often. Black and white looks good.
They play this like it's a kind of, I don't want to say an epic episode, but one where like the stakes are really high.
They're just Rocky's just kicking his
plays like kind of a significant episode. It's weird. And by balls, I mean our friends that got turned into them. Cinematographic says Rocky wouldn't know fun if it drop kicked him out of a boxing ring.
Rocky, what did? What? He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, like Lord Zed, your plan was pointless then.
So then we find out that the monster.
So it was just a distraction so that could happen.
Yeah, I have no idea. And then the monster himself can't stop having fun. Like he has to go get the frisbee that he threw.
Why does Zed have to build his monsters with dumb weaknesses?
Yeah, I don't know.
I got an idea. Like, it's not really a sentient being. It just does whatever you program it to. I have an idea. How about don't do that? How many times can we say pachinko balls in the same episode? It's like gooberfish, right?
So they can still run a diagnostic scan on Rocky even though he's a ball. Oh, it's the smell of irresponsibility. That
we know what that smells like.
So Zed does cast spells, so he's magic-y.
This episode holds up. This is as funny as it ever was. This is amazing. I think, DJ, this should be the first episode anyone has shown of Power Rangers.
I don't know. They won't make it past it, probably.
That's the litmus test.
So this is actually horrifying footage. What we just saw from the Sentai, where he was at a theme park, just like blasting the rides at full speed. Like,
yeah, this monster is really sadistic and messed up.
Yeah,
that's how he has fun.
And I bet this was a thing in the Sentai because he's a kid, the White Ranger.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's why he's the one that's fighting him.
That makes sense. Yeah, this probably should have been a Tommy-centered episode. But they don't want to center too much on Tommy right now because they want to do stuff with the new Rangers.
Yeah.
Does Aisha get an episode right after this? Because we've done a bunch of Adam, and this is our first Rocky.
But please, I wish Jason David Frank would have had to act like Rocky was just acting.
Oh, I would have paid money to see
that. Would have been great. Good to see you, Saba. Thanks for joining us. Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna bring him out every time he brings out his Saba?
Yes, that's my whole plan.
Okay.
I don't have a plan for that. He does talk, but I can't remember how to do it. There's a button for which one is it?
Does yours have those little orbs?
Oh, there it is.
The White Ranger just had an orb, like one of those glass balls.
I'm sorry, he's still talking. Sorry, what?
Shut up, Saba.
Stop! Sorry, what?
No, the White Ranger just had like this little clear glass ball for a second, but he lost it. I don't know what it was. It was obviously Sentai footage, but I don't know what it was. He must. It looked like one of those things behind him, but he was holding one.
I don't know, but I wonder what the Spencer Gift Electro Ball is that's right in the center
Well,
of his cockpit, where if he touched it, his hair would go crazy.
Don't bring back Rocky.
Can we make a top 10 list of props that we would love to bid on and own? Because the pachinko balls would be on my list.
All five of them?
Any of them. I would love to have one of those.
That would be funny.
That would be on my list. This is Zordon can say anything with a straight face. Lord Zed turned Aisha into a burrito with cream cheese and lettuce. It's nothing sounds dumb when Zordon says it.
Sells everything.
Either nothing or it all sounds dumb. I'm not really sure which.
You should contact David Fielding again and see if he'll read a chapter of your book.
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
That would be amazing.
I should ask David Fielding if he would read a chapter of my book. I'd probably have to pay him, but I would do a crowdfunding thing for that.
It'd be worth it.
Get Zordon to read a creepy chapter of everyone turns into food novel.
It's sensational not to be spherical. That's a good line. That's a fun line.
Okay, but it makes me ask questions.
I know, like, what was he feeling the whole time?
Were you appalled? Like, get me out of here! Were you aware? Were you able to see anything?
They always do that when they like unfreeze. I never know if they know what was happening or if they don't.
When Tommy's not there, I don't know how they decide which one is going to say it's morphin time. You'd think they'd accidentally step on each other quite a bit.
Maybe there is a ranking that we don't know about. Maybe it's Tommy.
Is Kimberly second?
Billy? Oh, it was Kimberly that said it?
Billy was there. Yeah, Kimberly said it.
Well,
so I'm saying it's arbitrary. They're very random about who says it.
It's nepotism. She's dating the leader.
Oh, okay. I love that. That's the word you use. That's really funny. It was an episode or two ago that Aisha did it for no reason. It's Morphin time, and then I'm like, why do you get to say it right now?
It's probably just like the actors decide who wants to say it.
Jeffrey wants me to get David Fielding to say because she is. I'll have him read the because chapter. Cheese. Yeah. There is a chapter with. I wrote a food novel. I was not getting because cheese in there. It's in there. There are 3 or 4 fun Geekvolution Easter eggs in the book.
There are.
DJ can confirm this.
Yeah, one on the first page of tweets.
Cinemagraphic says that's not how nepotism works. No, it's honestly not. But
of course, it's Serpentera.
I was talking to Eric about Serpentera, and I told him what I told you the other day, that I really want that toy, and he said, "Yeah, but I don't think the toy itself was actually really cool. It's kind of just a big hunk of plastic with that head on it." And I haven't looked at it in a while. I don't know how good the toy was, but he said something I hadn't thought of, which is they need to make a legacy one, and like that's a thing I would pay a couple $100 for. Like they need to make that
like a huge, like a to scale. You mean?
I mean, not to scale.
But I mean, to scale for the figures.
Yes.
Figures.
Well, I'm not for the figure, but for I don't even think you make it to scale for the Megazords, but just make it, make it pretty big. Make it pretty big. And make it segmented like that. Where it actually has points of articulation in the neck.
Thor's getting stepped on again.
Why do we use it?
It's Serpentera, though, so I will give it that.
I won't. It shouldn't be here. We're fighting like the most powerful thing. And I think we brought Tor out last time we fought Serpentera. Or did we actually fight it straight on like this?
It shows how like strong Serpentera is because the Tor is supposed to be their Ultrazord this season. Oh, this is exactly what happened. He was crushing. I think this is the same footage as last time because
yeah, I think we've already seen this happen.
He was crushing Tor and then he just ran out of power.
You know what's really funny? Last time we saw this footage, we were on a different planet.
This is exactly the footage from.
We are still on Earth right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Why did you use Serpentera this time? So my plan is I'm gonna make Rocky have fun
for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna make a pachinko monster that has the same problem Rocky has that will make it difficult for him to accomplish anything, and then I'm gonna have him turn everybody into pachinko balls, including Rocky. So he was just kind of a distraction for this, and then I'm gonna fly around a Serpentera for a while and eventually land. That's my plan.
Did we not have enough footage, so we reused the Serpentera footage for this episode?
Or we just wanted to occasionally bring it back to remind people we had it because we thought it was cool.
I wonder if that's only like an arc in the Sentai, and we use it a lot more.
That lends massive credence to that theory. Yes. Karate class is fun. No, there's not.
Something.
Nope.
Like.
So the problem with this is he didn't have that problem enough to learn a lesson about it.
Yeah,
I mean, like
they got 10 minutes. What are you gonna do? It's.
I know, but was it?
Now I really wish the Serpentera stuff wasn't in there because it was unnecessary.
You know what you could do though? You could build it over 2 or 3 episodes.
Oh, this is a great episode.
Yes, this one's fun. I'm excited about it. All right, so that concludes today's episode of Morphin Mania. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. If you are watching live, we are going to shoot one more episode, so stick with us. And everybody else, we'll see you again next time. And we're going to be watching Lights, Camera, Action, which I'm excited about, and also Where There's Smoke, There's Fire, which I don't immediately remember just by the title.
But every TV show has that episode title at some point.
Yes, that's right. Like The Enemy Within. The Enemy Within is in everything.
All right, cool.
There's probably a Power Rangers episode called The Enemy Within. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We will see you again next time. I am Captain Logan.
And I am DJ.
Bye, folks.